You guys could feel this. This is going to be a fun show for me. By the way, welcome into HSN. I'm Shannon. I do have my 2 hours of Shannon's in the house, actually starting at 7 p.m. So we are still doing that tonight. So hopefully you can spend some time with me. Now I have a few of my favorite things. And when you meet my special guest of honor, I can tell you as a personal moment. I've had some situations in my life that had really, not only do genetics play a factor, but I've had some profound hair loss right along my scalp line. What's interesting is like the length of my hair and the thickness of the hair, it's been fine, but the part and the things that people see, pretty sparse. And I've had some pretty panicked emotional moments in the last couple of weeks. And if that is you, I want you to get the Capillus. They are leaders in this technology, over 200 medical grade lasers, and it is FDA cleared. Here's the other thing. This is the upgraded model. I do not have this one. I'm actually thinking about upgrading this. Whether you see yourself in these before and afters, men or women, I gotta be honest, without a lot of shenanigans, my part is actually a little more progressive than that. So I know that I'm gonna be upgrading. But remember, you are getting a 2-year warranty. This is FDA cleared, shown to grow hair. You wear the cap, you grow the hair. Let me say that again. You wear the cap, you grow the hair. It takes me longer to microwave a baked potato than it does to help regrow hair. Do you know in 6 minutes? 6 minutes. You wear the cap, you grow the hair. I obviously, I want this. I have one of the original versions, but this is an HSN exclusive. It's a half off sale. And by the way, this is the last airing. So this is the last scheduled airing. And Allison, if you could confirm for me, I believe the price goes, okay, well, we're calling it to this day only. There you go. So the price is only good basically for this show. This is the only show, I believe, of the visit. It is the only show of the visit. Here's that if purchased separately, and then I'll show you it in live and in person because I want to get to Sean. She's just so amazing. But remember, it's a half off sale because anywhere else you shop and you have to Google and search the Capillus 202, okay? That's big. That's big, big, big. $2,000. 1 year return policy. You are getting the carrying case, because again, this is also portable. Plus, one of the few times, even as a today's special, we've asked more money for this, but we are including the cap activator, the cap plus the activator. Now we do have an auto ship program, in which case as you move forward, obviously you own the technology. At one point I actually thought about going to a doctor's office where I won't even tell you how much money they're gonna charge me, but you have to drive there, et cetera, and you have to sit in their big chair. We're bringing the FDA cleared and shown proven technology to your door. There is the auto ship option, in which case you moving forward, you do get that activator as well. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. You regrow the hair. You regrow the hair. 5 flexible payments on everything. It is less than $200 to get home. That is also the lowest flex pay that we have ever offered on any Capillus offering, today's special included. Sean is back, and I have to tell you, Sean, it was such a treat chatting with you before the show. Thanks for letting me do my little, Shannon song and dance. You know I'm so passionate about this, and we talked about my own personal challenges. That I told you, I'm gonna try not to get emotional about this because there's something about women in particular where women, it should be your crowning glory. And like I said, my hair's been longer. This is the longest and thickest my hair's been, with the exception of the places that people see. And that's what's really scary, to be honest. Now you struggle, I know you're getting your PhD, which the big brain on Sean, but when we talk about real technology at work to regrow the hair, FDA cleared, the real lasers, not like little Christmas lights sewn into a cap, there are so many reasons to get Capillus, especially at this price, aren't there?
Absolutely. And you mentioned going to a doctor's office, and if you are watching this right now and you're thinking, okay, I'm losing my hair, what can I do? Listen to this. You can do this 6 minutes a day. There are no side effects because this isn't a chemical. This is low-level laser therapy. It literally will penetrate the scalp. It goes down into that hair follicle and wakes it up. Now, what you're seeing here are 202, and I'm just going to squeeze it, 202 lasers, and I'm squeezing that to show you how flexible and comfortable this is, because this isn't like other things you might see out on the marketplace that might be uncomfortable. It's comfortable, it's easy, you literally put it on your head, you turn it on, and yes, I read studies all day because it's my job, but this has been clinically proven through studies, clinically shown to regrow your own hair, and that means where you are today, it can only get better from here. This can not only help to stop the hair loss, but it can help to grow your hair back. And when Capillus started several years ago, we actually had another model and we updated. We keep updating to the latest technology. So this is the same technology that you'd find in a doctor's office and that you used to have to get a prescription for. You get it at home. But we're going to talk more about hair loss. And just remember that 1 in 3 of us is dealing with androgenic alopecia. And that means hair loss due to genetics. It has to do in both men and women with a hormone called DHT. And it just makes us, well, lose our hair. It makes those follicles get thinner and thinner. And we're going to hear from people. We're going to talk about what this has done in their lives. But first, I want you to understand what's happening. So this is a hair follicle, and it's getting thinner. That red therapy that you're seeing there, that is that low-level laser therapy. That hair got thicker because the circulation increased, the blood flow increased to the follicle. There it is, getting thin. Eventually that hair will fall out. Now we treat it with low-level laser therapy, and boom, it gets thicker. And as you look at before and afters, you're going to see what this can do. We've added some extra things just because, well, we want to give you the best. So this has patented eye safety sensors. So if you hear little beeps, it means that the cap won't turn on until it's actually on your head. And I showed you that silicone. These are hand-assembled in the U.S. And the coverage, this is some of the best coverage. These are not LEDs, these are lasers. That's different. An LED is, you know, like Shannon said, it goes on your Christmas tree, and it doesn't penetrate like a laser. This is assembled in the USA. We source products from all around the world, but if you do have questions, first off, in this box, you're going to get a user manual, but also a quick start guide. The quick start guide is super easy. But if you have a question, call us. Our customer service is US based. I'm actually in Miami right now. I've met so many of the people in customer service, and they'll answer your question. Maybe you have a question about a battery or the fit of your cap. Give us a chance. And speaking of a chance, you get a whole year to try this, to wear it for 6 minutes. And Shannon, it's mind-blowing, the value and the opportunity here.
It is indeed. Okay, for less than $200. And, you know, let's get real here for a moment. This is your only opportunity. Listen, I realize it is a considered purchase. It is an investment. But whether you are struggling with a personal situation, you know, medication, et cetera, you have nothing to lose, everything to gain but regrowing the hair. And I can tell you from personal experience, first of all, I love Capillus, and just like the gym, you have to stick with it. So you own the technology. You own the technology that they use in doctor's offices. It is FDA cleared, and not only that, it takes 6 minutes. So this is the upgraded model. This is not the one I have, and frankly, you know, we are all, even though we're maybe doing more things from time, you want the upgraded model. You just do. We are doing it for the lowest price in history, and the lowest price you're gonna find anywhere. Get this at home. There is a 1 year return policy on this. We have everything on 5 flexible payments today, but if you are struggling with the emotional challenges, the daily discouragement of looking in that mirror and seeing your part, seeing bald spots, seeing, you know, sparse areas. I should describe it to you that way. When you see men and women alike, and there is something that you can do, but the problem is this. Normally, and I realize it's a considered purchase, but remember, if you were going to go to a doctor's office, if you're going to consider even other very expensive and quite frankly painful, you know, opportunities or investments, you'd be spending a lot more than this, a lot more than this. So do yourselves the favor. Make the choice, make the selection, make the commitment. I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. You wear the cap, you grow the hair, okay? FDA cleared, you know, the 202 lasers, you gotta Google that particular, the 202, lowest price in history. It is a half off sale. Do not wait. Once more, I realize it is a considered purchase, it is an investment. But if you are having the kind of emotional roller coaster that I am. You know, there have been a lot of things that have happened in my life, and, you know, I'm grateful to a marginal return to health. I mean, that's something I give God great thanks for. Genetics, of course, play a role. Don't throw up your hands and say there's nothing that you can do until you try this. And if you want the upgraded opportunity, that's what I'm getting, because this is actually a better price than even some of the introductory models that we've offered. 6 minutes, you wear the cap, you grow the hair. You've got 1 year to prove us wrong. I mean, 1 year. You got to wear the cap, wear the cap, wear the cap, grow the hair. Seriously. And we'll do a half-off sale for this show. This is the only opportunity, so I cannot recommend it strongly enough, especially since it's the upgraded model. You get the bag, you get that activator, which if you are a gardener like I am, kind of, primes the pump, so to speak, and, kind of sets you up for success. Ask about that auto ship, but do not hesitate. Boy, oh boy, I hope, once more, I realize it's a considered purchase, but for less than $200, I would really encourage you to do it today, because especially as women at a certain age, we know our hair should be our crowning glory, and if you have been struggling like I have, I really hope you try this. I really do. We've got some testimonials we want to share with you. I mean, that's kind of my certainly emotional foundation. When I saw that they had added this to my schedule, I was grateful, because this is one of those items that you, as a host, you really want to share with others, because you know it can make such a profound difference. But rather than me continue to expand on my emotional distress with regard to the hair loss that I'm experiencing, let's show you what some other people have to say.
I took a picture on the very first day. I parted my hair down the middle, took my camera, my phone, and took some photos. Continued using the product, and a coworker of mine kept wanting to see what my results were. So a few months later, she said, I think things are working. I had shared with her, and she said, I think things are working. Take a picture, take another picture. And finally, I did it, and it happened to be at the 6-month mark, almost to the day. And when I compared the pictures, it makes me emotional, because I really didn't expect to see those results. And it's really fascinating when you can do research about a product and what you read is true, and that you see the results, and that it can be very life-changing, especially for women.
Boy, I feel and I understand that. We are very busy. I realize it's a commitment, but when you think about it, it's so funny, because I'm having some appliance. Every week there's like some repair story going on in my life. My appliance, my refrigerator is on the fritz. And your appliance, if you get like maybe a 5-year life on it or whatever, it's amazing. We are talking about owning the equipment. You're owning the technology. So everyone in your family, your son, I mean, I know Suzanne Runyon has talked about this, your hubby, yourself, you own it. And Sean, that's the other big thing about this is when you get the FDA cleared technology, remember, not Christmas lights sewn into, some kind of thing, not one of those things where you have to manage, beep, 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 I gotta move, beep, 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 I gotta move. I actually own one of those devices. I gotta be honest, I've never used it, because it's just like, oh, please. It's enough drama trying to get dressed in the morning. Capillus, they are the leaders, hand assembled, highest level of lasers, highest level of quality. So even if people have done some investigative research on other things, Capillus has no peer, right?
I agree, absolutely. And, the thing, when you think about, and when we talk about clinical studies, they talk about efficacy. And you know what that means? It means stick with itness. What type of product does someone stick with? Well, for this, you literally push a button, it turns on, and you put it on your head. So once you get this on your head, you're actually doing a treatment of low-level laser therapy. Now, you go about your day. Now, what I suggest, and you probably know this, the easiest way to make a habit is just to do it at the same time every day. You don't have to do it at the same time every day, but I do it in the morning. So I get up out of bed, literally put the cap on. It comes with a little clip, so you just clip it to your belt. And mine's to my pajamas. I'm just gonna be honest, I don't even get dressed. I go, I brush my teeth. Your toothbrush has a timer on it. It's about 2 minutes. By the time I get to the kitchen to start to get the coffee beans going, I hear a beep, 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 and it still happens to me where I'll go, what was the beep? oh, my 6 minutes was up, because this actually times for you and it will turn itself off. The other thing is you'll always know when to charge it. So I should charge pretty soon. When it gets down to about 1 or 2 of the dots, you'll just charge it with the wall. Now this is a lithium-ion battery, so I'll show you. There are little arrows. You pull the arrows. Now your battery's disconnected. You plug it into the wall and you let it charge. Now the reason that you're getting the carrying case and all the charging options is if you want to go on a cruise, if you want to travel the world, you do that. Now we're also on the screen showing you the Fitzpatrick scale, and what that means is in this study, this was tested on 1 through 4 of the Fitzpatrick scale. It just wasn't tested on 5 and 6. But if you have those skin tones, go ahead and give this a try. And again, you have a year to see what your results are. And I get it. If it doesn't work for you, send it back to us. But study after study after study shows that this not only stops your hair loss, but it can help to grow your hair. And we talk a little bit about women, we call it female pattern baldness versus male pattern baldness. A lot of us gals will lose our hair toward the middle first, and that's why you'll see us parting on the side, doing our own form of comb over. If you have reached that advanced stage, and that's where you have a complete bald spot, we can't bring that bald spot back. So that's why we want you to get this right away today. And again, that means that the hair follicle has completely stopped producing. If it's producing anything, just even a little teeny weeny little hair, we can actually stimulate that with the Capillus cap and bring it back. Same thing with men. If you have that guy, or if you are that guy that is shiny bald, we can't bring that shiny bald spot back with the Capillus cap. But what we can do is grow any of the hair around those patches, and we can grow back hair, even if you're getting, they call them vellus hairs, when they're super, super teeny and thin. If that follicle is producing any hair at all, we can generally stimulate that blood flow with the low-level laser therapy, and we can bring it back. And yes, people ask, you know, if you are using a special shampoo, if you're using minoxidil, you can still use the cap. The thing about minoxidil is it doesn't usually do as well in the studies, only because people can't stick with it. Because you do have to do it every day in order, or regularly, and you have to leave it in order for it to work. So we want to make sure that, you know, with this cap, people find this so easy because you literally just put it on your head and turn it on, and you are ready to go. It's 6 minutes a day, super easy. But remember, in that first 0 to 3 months, you might not see that much of a difference because, and I heard gardeners mentioned earlier, you'll get this. If you've ever had a plant, maybe you remember 4th grade, you know, science, when we plant that seed, we trust that it's growing. It's going to come up out through the dirt, but it takes it some time. So in that 0 to 3 months, and I'll just show you with my hair, you know, it's growing, but it's about 5 millimeters from the bottom of that follicle up into the top. Now, once we reach 3 to 6 months, then you're going to start to see it growing. 6 to 12 months, depending on your hair, because you have several hair stages, then you're going to see that growth. 12 months, remember you have 12 months to try this, see how it works for you. That's when you're really going to see that growth, and up to 24 months. Now, 24 months is where we say you see full efficacy, and that means that's as much really as it's going to grow back. But like Shannon said, this is like brushing your teeth or going to the gym. If you stopped brushing your teeth, yeah, you know, things won't go so well. If you get real buff and you're looking great, but you stop going to the gym, you lose all of that.
You do.
Androgenic alopecia, this hair loss due to DHT hormones, it's a lifelong problem. So if we stop using our cap every day, we're going to start losing our hair. So Shannon, what do you say? Use the cap, grow the hair?
Grow the hair. Wear the cap, grow the hair. Stop the hair loss. Stop the hair loss, grow the hair. If that is the only, you know, takeaway, wear the hat, grow the hair. Stop the hair loss, grow the hair. You own the technology. You own the lasers, those FDA cleared lasers. Again, not like, I know it's the Wild West. Trust me, I have done the, you know, nobody works the Google machine like me. You know, hair growth is a very emotional, and let's be honest, a powerful industry. Capillus, they are the leaders. These are hand-assembled right here in the good USA. They have the best customer support, I'll just tell you that right now. But unless you're making that commitment, it can only progress. I mean, once you see that situation like I have, it's only going to get worse. And I don't mean to be Debbie Downer on this, but that's just a simple statement of fact. And I was actually one of the people asking Sean about using other options. I've used minoxidil. I'm back on my minoxidil program, but you know, there's compliance. You think compliance. Just make sure that your hair is dry. You know, after you put that treatment on, if you are going to use both, because I've got a situation on my hands. But I guess the thing that empowers me and should empower you is you own the technology, FDA cleared, you wear the cap, you grow the hair. This is the upgraded model. It is not the one I have, it's the upgraded model, because it used to be a little bit more of a commitment, like 20, 22 minutes that you would wear it. But you know, not like that's a big commitment when you talk about regrowing hair. 6 minutes is 6 minutes. It took me longer to microwave the frozen vegetables that I had last night. You have everything to gain by trying this. And I realize it is a considered purchase and an investment, but when you consider the emotional cost of what you might be dealing with what I'm dealing with right now, and especially as women, and especially at a certain age, if you are starting to see profound changes and some profound hair loss, if you're starting to really see that scalp line, you know, widen, if you're really starting to see those sparse areas, I hope you give this a try, because Capillus, they're the leaders. They're doing a half-off sale for us right now. You have a 1-year money-back guarantee. You're getting that Make Your Garden Grow, that Activator. You're getting, of course, that custom design case, and you're getting the lowest price in history. You get a 1-year return policy, a 1-year return policy. It is on 5 flexible payments, because remember that 5 flex pays on everything, but that means for less than $200 you're getting this at home. And if I feel, if I'm seeming kind of like I'm on my soapbox and really being a crusader, you're right, I am. You know, I'm not going to, you know, let the floodgates release with, you know, with the tears, but I will say this. Anyone, men or women at any age, if you are dealing with the situation that I'm dealing with, and what's interesting is, like I said, my hair's never been longer or thicker, but the areas of my scalp where I'm seeing some profound changes for a lot of different reasons are right in front. So you can run, but you can't hide. Those are the areas that are becoming increasingly hard to hide. Stop the hair loss, grow the hair. Wear the cap, grow the hair. FDA cleared. Lasers, not a light show. Really, I will say the leaders in this technology for the lowest price in America for this show. This is the only show, and only for the next couple of hours. So with a 1-year return policy and less than $200, at least get it at home. And give yourself, now remember, give yourself a chance for that garden to grow, for the, you know, for that hair to come back. Stop the hair loss, grow the hair. And then after a couple of months, that's why we give you that 1-year money back guarantee. It's gonna be one of the best things you purchase, and you're gonna own it forever. You're gonna own it forever. So certainly you don't need my own personal testimonial. Maybe you even heard Adam Freeman talk about this. Adam has got a great show with Amy, Valentine's Day picks tomorrow night. Amy's coming up later today. Adam, it was funny because a lot of us were all friends with Adam. We were seeing some big changes with him, some improvements in his hairline. He's also a super fan. But then when it comes to someone who has grown his life and who's built his entire life around hair, here's what our famous Martino has to say.
My name is Martino Cardi, celebrity stylist. When I turned 40 years old, I noticed my hairline was really starting to thin, and I was starting to panic. So I found a hair restoration surgeon, world-renowned guy, right here in Florida. So I went to him and I had the transplant. I spent a lot of money, and he told me, you really should protect your investment. And by doing that, I want you to get this Capillus laser cap. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna stop the hair from falling out that you already had with the surgery. Plus, it's gonna help other hair come in thicker and more fuller, like when you were younger. Being a celebrity stylist, I have access to the best of the best. So if I choose Capillus, you should too. FDA approved, clinical results, you're gonna love your hair.
That's a big deal when you've got somebody who's built their entire life and passion around great hair. If that's not validation enough, I don't know what is. We are very busy, and yes, I understand it is a considered purchase, but remember the price goes away at midnight. So this price is only valid now. This is the only show. Frankly, it was so fun to have Juliana on my show. I was actually hoping they'd add her to my Shannon's in the House show that comes up at 7, because I wanted to commit the full hour to talking about Capillus, but you can get it right now, right here, for the lowest price in history, and for a flex pay of less than $200. Sean, sadly, we've only got about 20 minutes left in the show. Sometimes I like to kind of what I call circle the wagons or regroup, just in case people are channel surfing, because that happens, about midpoint during a show. If it's okay, I would love to do that, because certainly you're approaching things from a clinical perspective, getting your PhD, and I always say big brain on Sean. But actually, Sean, should we show some doctors and then we'll kind of come back and reintroduce the technology for everybody? Does that sound like a good plan?
Sure. And I've interviewed over 100 doctors as a reporter, and I've also interviewed hundreds of people who have hair loss. So, I'm going to send things back over to Shannon, because I know she knows who we have for testimonials. But as you're listening to these, just know I dealt with this. So many of the doctors that I talked to listen to people every day, and they didn't know they could do something about it. By the way, that was my 6-minute treatment. It's up. So Shannon, I'm going to take it back to you, because yes, we have some great testimonials. These are real people, and I've gotten to meet them all. So I'm really honored that y'all get to meet these people.
We are indeed, and wow, are we busy. Make the commitment, make the decision, stop the hair loss, grow the hair. Wear the cap, grow the hair. Stop the hair loss, grow the hair. Wear the cap, grow the hair. 6 minutes, FDA cleared, half off sale, lowest price you're gonna find anywhere, the leaders in this technology. All right, so we've heard from people, just regular old folk like me, and just heard from Martino. I know there's a testimonial with Adam as well, and of course we'd love to hear from you. But let's hear from the doctors. Dr. Dinest, you may recognize her. Not only is it from a woman's perspective, but from a doctor's perspective as well.
My name is Dr. Adrienne Dinest. I'm a medical doctor. I also have a PhD. 2 years ago, I began to see a profound change in the quality of my hair. I have started to use Capillus, and I find it effective. It is very important for me that Capillus is FDA cleared. You put it on your head, you turn it on, one button, and you're done.
Well, I think that says a lot of things. Now, certainly, unfortunately, we don't have Adam's testimonial in our bankroll videotape anymore, but I know if Adam were here, he would sing its praises as well. So yes, for the men, and guys, I don't mean to leave you out of the loop. I just think from a woman's perspective, I'm getting pretty emotional about this, but the thing is, you own the technology. Susanna's kicking off a Today's Special tonight, and I know Susanna's talked about using this for her husband and for her son. Her son is, gosh, Evan just graduated from college. I'm trying to remember. He's grown up before our very eyes. But if you see yourself in these before and afters, stop the hair loss, grow the hair. Stop the hair loss, grow the hair. So let's do what I call circling the wagons. First of all, welcome into HSN. It is always a privilege to spend some time with you. I've been here for over 25 years at HSN, and if I sound like I'm getting pretty emotional about this, I am. I've had some situations in my life that I won't delve completely into, genetics and some other factors, where I am seeing some profound changes in my hairline. It's like kind of Murphy's Law. My hair is longer and thicker than it's ever been, but along the hairline where people see, I've been having some real struggles, and it has created a lot of emotional distress for me. Capillus, they are the leaders. And if you want to stop the hair loss, and grow the hair, stop the hair loss, grow the hair, FDA cleared, shown to, you're going to stop the hair loss, you're going to grow the hair, you wear the cap. This is the upgraded model. It's not the one I have. So it's a better price than we actually sold some of the introductory models for, and it's the lowest price you're gonna find anywhere. And remember, this is the upgrade. If you do the Google machine, it's lasers, it's not a light show sewn into some kind of wand or cap or whatever. They're leaders, they're hand assembled right here in America. A lot of factors make this the one that you want, not the least of which is you own that FDA cleared technology forever. So if you're someone like Suzanne's family, you can, you, your hubby, your son, I mean, everybody in the family can use this. The price is only good now. We'll show you that if purchased separately, it's a half off sale. So anywhere else you shop for this technology, it is $2,000. It's a half off sale, okay? Everything's on 5 flex pay. We're including the Activator. Make your garden grow, set yourself up for success, and then of course you get the carrying case. Rechargeable, 6 minutes a day, so compliance really is a non-issue. You wear the cap, you grow the hair. You wear the cap, you grow the hair. I mean, if you don't wear the cap, I should also make that disclaimer, you can't grow the hair. And that's just it. Like the gym, it's funny, I've always been kind of a gym rat, and because I'm not lifting weights right now, it's like, guess what? The bat wings are back because I've been at the gym. So you wear the cap, you grow the hair. And Sean, this is a good point with the final 15 minutes to kind of circle the wagons, talk about the technology, why this is better, why this is different, who it works, why it works, because I'll say it again, price is one thing, it's a half off sale, but the technology shown, you wear the cap, grow the hair, if that's all we said this hour, if that was the only takeaway, it would be worth recommending, wouldn't it?
Exactly, and no chemicals here. So no known side effects because there are no chemicals. You cannot feel this. It's a low-level laser therapy. So really, if you do feel anything, it's what you would feel because you have a cap on your head. The dome is actually removable. You could put this in your own favorite cap if you want to. But because our time's so limited, I want you to think about what's happening. Why are you losing your hair? So let me explain that first off. So 1 in 3 of us is dealing with androgenic alopecia. It runs in our families, and we get it from either our mom's side, our dad's side, or both, by the way. It can come from either side. When you hit that hair follicle with that red laser therapy, low-level laser therapy, it stimulates the follicle and it makes the hair grow thicker, healthier. Now, this is what's happening right now. Your hair is getting thinner and thinner and thinner, and eventually it'll actually fall out. If we let that follicle go too long, it's actually going to die, and it's going to stop producing hair altogether. So get this today because we want you to start right away so that it gets right down into that hair follicle. Now, the other thing is you get 202 lasers. The reason that's important is you get more coverage. So you put this on your head. My problem is actually my part, but also around the side of my head. So what I'll do is do my part, and then I kind of slide it forward a little bit to hit that area around the temples of my head where I'm seeing issues. If you're wearing a wig right now to cover this up, that's fine. Take your wig off, do your 6 minutes, and then put your wig back on until your hair grows back. And if you are like me and you watch some of our favorite shows, you may have seen this very box on one of those shows, a woman who had been wearing a wig and she grew back her own hair. Now, it didn't happen for her overnight. It's not gonna happen for you overnight. And that's why we're doing the whole year. You get a year to try it. So remember, this is for men or women who deal with androgenic alopecia or who are losing hair. And I want to remind you that basically is that our hair follicles are being affected by DHT. It's a hormone, and it's one of the things that kind of affects men and women in the same way. It makes our hair follicles get smaller and smaller and stop producing hair. So we can bring that follicle back as long as it hasn't stopped completely. So if there's a shiny bald spot, we can't bring that back. So start right away with that. Now, the other thing is, remember, this times itself. It's a 6-minute timer. You just turn it on with this button. It will not actually turn on until you put it on your head. If you take it off of your head, you're going to hear that beep. And that beep is going to say, okay, wait a minute, put the cap. Did you hear that? That's saying put it on your head, and then it's going to work. You get the carrying case because you want to travel with this. You'll want to use it every single day. Rechargeable lithium-ion battery. And if you're wondering, is this for you? Yes. Chances are it is. It is FDA cleared. It's been tested on Fitzpatrick Skin Types 1 to 4. Hasn't been tested on 5 and 6. But again, if you have dark hair, if you have gray hair, if you have curly hair, blonde hair, if it's, kind of a heavily textured hair, or kind of like mine, the finer hair, this has worked for folks just like you. So please give it a try. And again, it's flexible. It's easy to use. I think the biggest deal is I've done this now on HSN. I launched this with Amy almost 5 years ago. We've never had a value this wonderful. So please take us up on it. And if you stopped and you've looked at the screen and you're saying, wait, what does this mean? This is the Ludwig Savin classification for female pattern baldness. So if you or someone you love that you want to share this with, because you can share this, and this does run in families, if you are suffering from hair loss and you look like anybody in those gray areas, this can help you. If you have gotten to that advanced stage where it's completely bald, we cannot bring that particular patch back. Now, if the follicle's still producing, get your Capillus, buy it today, and start growing that hair. Now, for men, same thing. And we just want to show if you are shiny, shiny bald, We can't bring back the guys way down there on the bottom in the white. The guys on the top in the white, they haven't lost their hair yet. But remember, if it runs in your family, there's a good chance you're going to lose your hair. So why not prevent it? This could be preventative maintenance. It's easy, 6 minutes a day. You can't even feel it. And again, if you or someone you love is in that 2A to 5 range on that chart, this is for you because it can help to stop that miniaturization, help to reverse the miniaturization, help to bring back that hair follicle, and help to regrow your hair. And I'm doing it right now. And I know Shannon has a story, and quickly before I just want to tell you, this happened to me. I was on an infomercial and they just stopped production. And I think the worst part was that the hairstylist went and whispered to the director. And I kind of had a feeling, I knew what it was. They were shooting me from the side and they could see through my hair and they could see scalp. And I have clip-in extensions, and I've had every kind of hair extension. I've tried all the sprays, but she said, we need to stop everything, go get the clip-in extensions and put them in. And she said it in front of everybody. And you know, I don't think this is vanity for you. I think this is about you being confident when you go into work. I interviewed a woman who wasn't getting out of the car in the morning because her hair would be damp and you could see her scalp when she was dropping her daughter off for school, and she wasn't greeting the other moms and the teacher. And when she started to regrow her hair and started engaging, her daughter literally cried in the car and said, Mom, thank you for coming back to life with me. You know, you're seeing this before and after. That's that 12 months. You have 12 months to try this. Her hair looks darker. It's actually not. It's that it's gotten thicker and it's grown in more healthy. And so you know your thicker, more healthy hair is a richer color. It feels richer. You can run your hands through it. And also for those who are maybe growing out fringe, maybe you've had extensions in the past and you're trying to grow that out. Again, get the Capillus cap. Put this on your head. And Shannon, I know you have so much more to add to this, so I'm just going to sit here and treat my hair loss. And again, I can't feel a thing. I'm just wearing a cap.
Yeah. I mean, you wear the cap, you grow the hair, and Sean, you covered so many great points. And people always ask, first of all, it's interesting, our #1 product here at HSN is Andrew Lessman's Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, which incidentally happens to be a monthly special right now. Of course, the month is almost over in January. That would be a perfect partner to this. But I guess my whole point is this can only augment and enhance whatever you're doing. Meaning, if you're doing a topical treatment, if you happen to be compliant with that, if you're taking Andrew Lessman's, Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, which you should, that's a perfect partner with this. If you're doing, I'm also using my Beauty Bioscience along my scalp line, again, trying to aerate that garden, give her a little boost, help her to boost that, encourage those follicles. So it can only help her augment what you're doing, but just remember, this is FDA cleared technology. So it takes it to a whole new level. And not only that, it is lasers, the same type of lasers that they use. I actually was investigating going to a doctor's office, and I'll tell you what, it was a lot more by the time, because you have to buy the treatments, because remember, if you don't use this, if you don't do it, it can't help you. and that's one of the reasons that we do that 1-year return policy. They are hand assembled right here in the United States. Allison, is it okay? Can I show the quantity left just real quickly? And I'm only going to do that with some relative perspective. Capillus does this as a favor for us because their caps are sold infomercial, they're sold elsewhere. There's some of their skilled technicians. They are passionate about what they do. I think they've got some of the best customer support in the industry. But remember, this is the next level, the next generation, only here, half off sale, only for today at HSN. And I believe, Allison, we've only got like 4. Okay, we have only, a little more than, but basically 500, and just realize after midnight, 5 flex pay, I think might still be going on, but on everything, but the price is going up to $2,000. And I know if you've seen this elsewhere, you probably thought about, well, if you've had some of the profound changes in your hairline like I have, money becomes no object. Sean, I'd love to do this. We've got one more testimonial I think we're gonna try to sneak in, and then I'd love for you to hit some of the highlights for us before we sell this out. Oh, by the way, this series, this testimonial, I personally like because you were talking about someone who is younger, who is using this. Hair loss doesn't really know a gender or an age range, and we're gonna prove it to you. Take a look at what this young woman has to say.
Finally finding an answer to hair loss in laser was probably the best feeling that I could have. For my self-image, for my confidence, and everything that made me feel like who I was. I could wear it at work when I was sitting at my desk. I could actually get up and walk around the office with it. I could wear it in the car if I needed to. I think the best thing that I could recommend to someone is to be proactive about it. If you notice it, do something about it. Don't wait, because the longer you wait, the worse it can get. And by being proactive about it, you can actually stop it and help reverse it.
I mean, she's obviously gorgeous young woman. I mean, at any age, any gender. I always say things in life are guided, and you are watching this show for a reason. So Sean, sadly, with only 4 minutes left in the show, if people are trying to make that decision, what are some of the highlights that we should make sure to share with them? I mean, obviously, best price in history, lowest price in history, 1-year return policy, 5 flex pay, you know, free shipping. But what are some final thoughts that you'd really like people to have as a takeaway?
Out there. For men, there is actually a prescription. Women, we can't use it because there are side effects. There's PRP, which platelet-rich plasma, which is injecting needles. There is minoxidil, which is also good, but again, you have to stick with it. It's sticky. Sometimes it gets on your pillow, your clothes. Maybe you're doing those things. Do this in conjunction. But if you're looking for something that is no pain, super easy, literally 6 minutes a day, and here's the most important part. It is clinically shown to stop hair loss and to regrow your hair. So you can do something. So I think that's, you know, we want you to get your time back. I want you to get your confidence back. And this is one thing that you can do that's easy, it's simple, it's safe, and we've done all the hard work for you. Capillus really has found the most flexible, the most coverage. So that's my main point, is just having interviewed, even the gal that you just saw, I interviewed a bride and she noticed it in her engagement photos, used it for a year, and by her wedding, she had beautiful hair. This is something that really can change your life, and it's easy to get it today, and you have a whole year to try it. So see what it'll do.
And this is something we talked about before the show too. When I said, even if you're doing other things, like obviously it partners well, healthy hair, skin, and nails, but you also talked about for the people who are wearing extensions, you can still wear the cap to grow the hair, correct? So this can help people who are even trying other things, can it?
Right, yeah, and it penetrates right about 5 millimeters. So again, position it so it can get to as much of your scalp as you can. If you have the clip-ins like I had, take those out. If you have the ones that are set in, you're gonna wanna, you know, make sure that this gets toward the scalp. Also the activator, just so you know, you don't have to have this, but you'll use this on your damp hair after you get out of the shower. The cap, you'll use on dry hair. And if you want to share it with people, it's silicone, just wipe it out with a warm washcloth, some water. You just share it. But the thing is, use it. You've got a year. I just think about where you will be in 3 months, 6 months, or a year if you don't try it, versus where you can be if you do try it. Let's just see and take a before picture, because we love getting those and then the afters.
We do. Well, Sean, thank you for helping me with my hair growth journey. I'm not going to say my hair loss journey, my hair growth journey, and you know, continued success with that PhD and all the great things going on in your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing some time with us tonight.
Thank you. So great to see you, and just such a great, I feel like it can actually help with something. So Capillus and I all say hello, and thanks so much, Shannon, and thanks everybody.
Absolutely. So nice to have you here. Certainly I'm passionate about that. Make that decision. That price goes away at midnight. Amazing items and deals, of course, that you'll never see on the air are also on hsn.com, where we have top brands, exclusive names, bundles, and thousands of products all the time. Discover our best deals and steals all in one place, including offers